Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it, and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you can see it and you can purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. I'm still working with my wider shots to give you guys scale and perspective, and today we're discussing one that fits easily on my wrist, and with a 40mm case and a 47.2mm lug-to-lug dimension, this Laurent Ferrier Galet Micro-Rotor is an excellent match for wrists as small as 13.5 centimeters circumference. It's not thick either, 11.3mm thick despite the double direct impulse escapement, micro-rotor automatic and 3-day power reserve. You can see that domed case flank ensures that this watch will slide easily underneath a dress cuff. 40mm in diameter and very traditional across the wrist, as well as in its lug spacing, 20mm between the lugs, so you'll have a world of OEM and aftermarket options if you wish to accessorize. You will note that the strap is a handsome piece, substantial, and I would stick with the factory piece. A matte finish, black, large rectangular scale gaiter, monotone stitch with a folded edge, and a sublime suede calfskin on the underside. Very comfortable. The watch in white gold features a white gold pin buckle to match. You can see satin finished and Laurent Ferrier branded on the bottom, beautifully polished with compound curves and a swooping dynamic form externally. It even features a little revetment in the buckle for the pin. I adore that kind of attention to detail. Now the case itself is simple but strong. The Galet, or the pebble form that Laurent Ferrier proposes, is a bit of a signature of the manufacturer, and it's difficult to pin down the shape of it because it does have the appearance of something that's been winnowed over the years by the passing of time and water. It has an organic form, almost as though it's flash frozen molten metal. Every side, every surface moves in multiple directions. The only hard straight lines are the horizontal formed by the bezel with the midcase and the sharp inner facings of the lugs themselves. The crown is an oversized onion style, slightly countersunk in the case flank to prevent it from sticking out unduly. And you will note the entire gray gold case is of high polish. The dial can be a little bit difficult to capture, but I think I have it from this angle. They call it black opaline. It's a vertical satin finish. There's snailing to the sunken sub-register for constant seconds, so concentric circular guilloche. And then there's a sort of metallic grain that runs top to bottom. Now you have the white gold assegai or spear-style hands at center with dart-style indices. All of those are white gold. The contrast level is high, and there's a polished dimple-style minutes track outboard. Turn it all over. Many will say this is where the action is. With Laurent Ferrier, let's get a little bit closer, improve our focus, and get a load of the caliber FBN229.01. Manufactured and conceived in conjunction with La Fabrique du Temps, a high horology house owned by Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy. This is a design effort between Fabrique du Temps and Laurent Ferrier, hence FBN. Barbacini and Nivas of Fabrique du Temps, and Ferrier being the F in that trio. 35 joules adjusted in 6 positions versus the chronometer standard 5. It uses a ratchet-based micro-rotor automatic system, so it's absolutely silent in its winding because it pivots on a jeweled staff, not on bearings. 3-day power reserve, 21,600 vibration per hour beat rate, overcoil hairspring, so it keeps excellent time in any orientation with respect to gravity, so it's a good timekeeper in a wristwatch format. It also features a free-sprung architecture, the better to take and hold that 6-position adjustment in the face of bumps, disruptions, and the occasional violence that a watch will face on the wrist. Now, single large mainspring barrel, and it features a large barrel bridge. You'll note perfectly aligned Côte de Genève. The finish truly is exceptional. Across the 2 primary bridges, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 interior angles, and you can see the sharp crease inside those interior angles. 4 of them coming on a skeletonized half bridge for the balance that is itself black polished. You can see black polish on the rocker system that allows you to manually wind and decouple the automatic system while winding. You can see there's black polish on the bridge for the rotor, black polish on all screw heads. They also featured chamfered slots, and their circumference have been beveled. You'll note that each of the screw and jewel countersinks is mirror finished with the same rounded hand-laid anglage that you'll appreciate on the edge of every bridge, and it's so broad and bright you can appreciate it without a loop. There's an engine-turned perlage across the base plate, and if you look just above the base plate, you'll see that this watch uses a proprietary natural style escapement. It's a double direct impulse operating unlubricated nickel phosphorus escape wheels and a silicon alternator that alternately locks and unlocks the 2 wheels as they directly impulse the balance. They help the watch to keep chronometer grade time, and because there's less parasitic loss involved with this escapement, they also help to expand the power power reserve to 3 days. So though this is not a huge watch and it features only one mainspring barrel, it does have that 72-hour autonomy. Finally, you'll note that there is an engraving, a sensational spiral sunburst on the 22-karat gold winding mass itself, a feast for the eyes as well as for the intellect. This is the FBN229.01 movement. 30 meters water resistant, that's just about its only lacking feature. It's not an aquatic watch. Then again, with a watch like this, you're going to want to stay high and dry because it is beautiful and worth staying on the shore side. You'll have a Nautilus, you'll have an Overseas, you'll have some sort of offshore to get wet, but something this beautiful needs to be appreciated above the waves in the light of day. See it and make it yours on the Watchbox.